So good morning my students, integration part 3. So in this part I am going to explain only some short tricks in partial fraction. Some short tricks in partial fraction. Okay. Problems related to partial fractions. Okay. Suppose if the given fraction is of the form f of x by x minus a into x minus b. So these are the two linear factors, x minus a, x minus b, two linear factors, and they are non-repeated because this linear factor whole power, how much is there? 1. Here also 1. So it is a product of non-repeated linear factors. Okay. Suppose this f of x by x minus a into x minus b is a proper fraction. Then its partial fractions are of the form what? A by x minus a plus b by x minus b. Correct? Then integral of this function, integral of this fraction, integral of f of x by x minus a into x minus b into dx. Its integral in the form of what? Integral a by x minus a dx plus integral b by x minus b into dx. So a into 1 upon x minus a into dx is what? Ln of mod x minus a plus b into ln of mod x minus b plus c. That means if f of x by x minus a into x minus b, it is a proper fraction, that is degree of numerator is less than degree of denominator, then integral of this proper fraction will be what? A into log of first linear factor plus b into log of second linear factor plus some constant. Okay. So here a and b, how to find a value and b value? Shortcut is, so here under a, what we have the factor, linear factor? X minus a. You make it 0. If you make it 0, what you will get? X value? A. You put x is equal to a in the given problem other than the factor x minus a. That means in remaining factor means other than x minus a factor means remaining factor is what? F of x by x minus b. So in this factor you put x value a. So whatever you are getting answer, that is the value of a. Similarly, what is the value of b? So what is the factor under b? X minus b. What is the factor under b? X minus b. If you equate it to 0, what you will get? X value? B. You put that x value b. You put that x value b in the given problem other than the factor x minus b. That means what is the remaining factor here? F of x by x minus a. In this factor, what you have to put? X is equal to b. Suppose here x minus c is there, what you will get? Plus c by x minus c. Answer will be what? C into log of x mod x minus c. Again, c value also you can find in the same way. Okay. So this is the short trick. So I am going to solve some problem. Okay. Suppose the problem is given 2x plus 3 by x minus 1 into x minus 2 is there. So what are the fractions? A by x minus 1, because it is a proper fraction only, no? Degree of numerator is 1, degree of denominator x into x square 2. Okay. So b by x minus 2. Correct? Then integral of this function, integral of this fraction, I am denoting it by a. Answer will be what? A into log of mod x minus 1, because integral of a by x minus 1 is what? A into log of mod x minus 1 plus b into log of mod x minus 2 plus c. Or you remember, plus some constant, say instead of c, k. Okay, k is a constant of integration. And how we can find a value? What is the factor under a? X minus 1. You put x minus 1 is equal to 0, what do you get? X value? 1. Put x is equal to 1 in this integrand. So other than the factor x minus 1. If you put x value 1 in this factor, what do you get? 2 into 1, 2 plus 3 divided by 1 minus 2. 1 minus 2 is what? Minus 1. 5 by minus 1 is minus 5. And b is equal to So what is the factor under b? X minus 2. You equate it to 0, what do you get x value? 2. You put that x is equal to 2 in the problem other than the factor x minus 2. So what is the remaining factor? 2x plus 3 by x minus 1. In that factor all you have to put x value 2. So 2 into 2 plus 3 divided by 2 minus 1. So 4 plus 3, 7. 7 by 1, 7. So thus the answer is what? Integral of this 2x plus 3 by x minus 1 into x minus 2, what you will get? Minus 5 into log of mod x minus 1 plus 7 into log of mod x minus 2 plus constant. So now I am going to write one problem. That problem I am going to write directly answer. See, try to understand. Suppose a given problem is integral x square by x minus 1 into x minus 2 into x minus 3 into dx is there. So numerator degree 2, denominator degree x into x cube. So degree 3. Degree of denominator only more. So it is a proper. Okay. Then partial fractions in the form of a by x minus 1 plus b by x minus 2 plus c by x minus 3. So then integral of a by x minus 1, what will you get? A into log of mod x minus 1 plus b into log of mod x minus 2 plus c into log of mod x minus 3 plus constant k plus some constant k. Then how to find a value? So a upon what we have taken? X minus 1 only, then only we will get a into ln of mod x minus 1. See, if you equate x minus 1 to 0, what do you get x value? 1. That x value 1 we have to substitute in the given problem other than the factor x minus 1. Okay. Then here numerator what you will get? 1 square 1 divided by 1 minus 2 minus 1, 1 minus 3 minus 2, minus 1 minus 2 is what? Minus 1, 1 minus 3 is what? Minus 2. So thus a value is how much? 1 by 2. Similarly, to get b value, we have to equate x minus 2 value 0. What will get x value? 2. If I substitute x value 2 in the given problem other than the factor x minus 2, here 2 square 4, 2 minus 1 1, 2 minus 3 minus 1. So 4 by 1 into minus 1. 4 by minus 1 minus 4. Similarly, to get c value we have to put what x value? 3. So 3 square 9. So 9 by 3 minus 1 2. 3 minus 2 1. So 2 1 ja 2. Okay, we don't substitute x value 3 in x minus 3. Correct? Hello? So 9 by 2. So this shortcut will be applicable for if the given fraction is proper fraction and denominator is a product of non-repeated linear factors. Okay, this is a shortcut. Next to shortcut. Observe. Suppose f of x by given problem is in the form of f of x by x minus a whole square into x minus b. Suppose if it is a proper fraction, so then x minus a whole square means it is a repeated linear factor, repeated how many times? 2 times. It is a non-repeated linear factor. Then what are the partial fractions? Partial fractions are of the form a by x minus a plus b by x minus a whole square plus c by x minus b. Then if you integrate this function, then that I am writing I, integral of this function or fraction is equal to what you will get? Integral of a by x minus a into ln of mod x minus a. Integral of 1 by x minus a whole square is what? Minus 1 by x minus a. Numerator what we have? B. So b into minus 1 minus b divided by x minus a plus c into ln of mod x minus b plus say constant k. So here how to find a, b, c values? Here which factor is repeated? X minus a is repeated. How many times repeated? 2 times. Then here corresponding to this repeated linear factor, what are the partial fractions? A by x minus a, b by x minus a whole square. Here we can find directly b value by putting x is equal to a. We can find c value by putting x is equal to b, but we won't get a value directly. So how to find a value? Okay, so how to find b value? So putting x is equal to a other than this factor x minus a whole square. That means what is the remaining factor? F of x by x minus b. In this factor, what do you have to put? X value a. So to get c value, we have to put x minus b is equal to 0 means x value is how much? B. So we have to put x value b in this factor, f of x by x minus a whole square. In this factor, what do you have to put? X is equal to b. Then how to find a value? To get a value, so if the denominator linear factors, if x coefficient here 1, here also x coefficient is 1, then that a value we can find by doing a plus c is equal to coefficient of x square in f of x. Coefficient of x square in f of x, that is numerator. So remember, this formula will hold, okay, because already we got c value, we can substitute c value here, we will get coefficient of x square, we will get a value. So this part will be useful for, this part will be holds only when here in this linear factor, in both linear factor, x coefficient should be 1. If it is other than 1, this doesn't hold. Then how to find, at that time how to find a value means, you take here LCM and both sides you compare with x square coefficient, you will get a value. Okay. So example I am taking, suppose 5x divided by x minus 1 whole square into x minus 2 into dx. Correct? So the partial, it is anyway proper fraction. It is a repeated linear factor, it is a non-repeated linear factor. Corresponding to this linear factor, so what you get corresponding to this repeated linear factor, what are the fractions? A by x minus 1 plus b by x minus 1 whole square. Integral of a by x minus 1, what you will get? A into ln of mod x minus 1. And integral of b by x minus 1 whole square, what you will get? Minus b by x minus 1 plus c by x minus 2. Integral of c by x minus 2, what you will get? C into ln of mod x minus 2 plus say constant k. And here we can find b and c values, we can't find a value directly. Okay. So what is b value? How to find b value? We have to put x value what? A means here what? A value 1. Okay. We have to put x is equal to 1. Because we have to equate it to 0. What you will get? X minus 1 is equal to 0 means x value 1. Other than this factor. What you will get? 5 into 1 by 1 minus 2. 5 into 1 divided by 1 minus 2. What do you get? 5 by minus 1 minus 5. Next is c value. So to get c value, we have to equate. Here this is a what? Ln of mod x minus 2. So we have to equate x minus 2 is equal to what? 0. So what do you get? X value 2. We have to put x value 2 in the problem other than in the factor x minus 2. So 5 2s are 10. By 2 minus 1 whole square is 1. So c value 10. Anyway, in this linear factor and in this linear factor, in both linear, in these factors, x coefficient is 1, here also 1. Directly we can use this formula. A plus c is equal to coefficient of x square in f of x. Nothing but numerator. So thus a plus c is equal to, what is the coefficient of x square in the numerator? 0. Because there is no x square term. Suppose here x square plus 5x is there, x square coefficient, what you will get? 1. So 1. But here there is no x square term. So x square coefficient is what? 0. So a plus c is equal to 0. What is c value? 10. If I substitute 10 here, a plus 10 is equal to 0. So a is equal to what you will get? Minus 10. So if you substitute all these values in the answer, what is the answer? Minus 10 into log of mod x minus 1. B value minus 5 means minus into minus plus 5 by x minus 1 plus 10 into log of mod x minus 2 plus constant k. Okay. So this is the short trick in this tag 2. Okay. Next one more shortcut in partial fractions. Suppose you consider integral x cubed by x minus 1 into x minus 2 into x minus 3. So clearly it is proper fraction or improper fraction? Improper fraction, and particular case is what? Degree of numerator and degree of denominator are equal. Only when degree of numerator and degree of denominator are equal, then only this shortcut going work out. Okay, so what is that shortcut? So how to find integral of x cube by x minus 1 into x minus 2 into x minus 3 into dx? How to find integral of x cube minus 1 x cube by x minus 1 into x minus 2 into x minus 3 into dx? How to find this integral? Okay, so here degree of numerator is 3, degree of denominator x into x into x cube again 3. So degrees are same. Then if you divide this numerator by denominator, answer will be some constant plus proper fraction. Some constant plus proper fraction. What is that constant? That constant will be leading coefficient in the numerator by leading coefficient in the denominator. So leading coefficient is nothing but what? Coefficient of highest x power. Here leading coefficient is what? Coefficient of x cube. What is the coefficient of x cube? 1 divided by, here also what is x cube coefficient? 1 plus some proper fraction. For that proper fraction, the partial fractions are of the form a by x minus 1 plus b by x minus 2 plus c by x minus 3 into dx. Because your denominator is what? Product of non-repeated linear factors. So partial fractions are of the form a by x minus 1 plus b by x minus 2 plus c by x minus 3. Now integral 1 into dx is what? X. Integral a by x minus 1 is what? A into ln of mod x minus 1 plus b. Integral b by x minus 2 is what? B into ln of mod x minus 2 plus integral c by x minus 3 to dx is what? C into ln of mod x minus 3 plus constant k. Then how to find a, b, c values? Just use above. Same shortcuts. So how to find a value? What is the factor under a? X minus 1. So if you make it 0, what do you get x value? 1. Put x is equal to 1 in the given problem other than the factor x minus 1. Other than this factor. So what do you get? 1 cube? 1. 1 minus 2? Minus 1. 1 minus 3? Minus 2. 1 upon minus 1 into minus 2. 1 upon minus 1 into minus 2 is 1 upon 2. Similarly, to get b value, what we have to put? X value 2. So don't put that x value 2 here. Okay. So put x is equal to 2 in the given problem other than the factor x minus 2. So 2 cube is how much? 8. 2 minus 1? 1. 2 minus 3? Minus 1. So 1 into minus 1? Minus 1. Denominator is minus 1. Denominator is minus 1. Numerator is 8. 8 by minus 1 is minus 8. Similarly, to get c value, what do you have to put? X value 3. Put x value 3, what do you get? 3 cube? 27 divided by 3 minus 1. 2 into 3 minus 2? 1. So 2 into 1? 2. So this is a shortcut. Okay. So these are the shortcut in a partial fraction. So I am going to give one more problem. You try this problem. X cube plus x plus 3 divided by x minus 1 into x minus 2 into x plus 3 into dx. So better you take here 2x cube. Okay. Here what is the leading coefficient now? 2. Here what is the leading coefficient? 1. So 2 by 1. So 2 plus a by x minus 1 plus b by x minus 2 plus c by x minus 3. For that problem you have to integrate. Okay. Because here numerator degree 3, denominator degree also 3. Degree of numerator and denominator is same. Then if you divide numerator by denominator, answer will be constant plus partial fraction. What is that constant means? Leading coefficient in the numerator by leading coefficient in the denominator. So it's all just like above problem. So these are the shortcut tricks in partial fractions. So if you like this video, please like and share to your friends and also subscribe my channel. Thank you.